Vio here and doing another episode of Inside Vio's Head. I have not posted a video in a while like this, and so I figured this would be a good way to get back into it. First of all, I've got so many topics to talk about over all this weeks that I have not posted since my vacation and me trying to get back into the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community after being gone for a week and a half. So after a while, I finally got back into things. First of all, Battle Pack has been announced. Battle Pack 3 has been announced with all these wonderful reprints, such as the Alucard reprint and all these other cards, which are just really amazing. There are some cards in it and a lot of playstyles that I discovered are going to be very prominent through it. They have released about 4 to 5 different ways just to bring monsters out of the grave again, such as Mizuki, and since all monsters are considered zombies, being able to pull anything out, and cards like Miracle Fertilizer also being able to do this at the same time, providing a lot of unique strategies that I think are going to be provided through this, along with the fact that Konami announced that there's going to be little to no tribute summoning at all, along with no searchers at all. And since we did get the confirmed reprint of some cards in the set, I think it's going to be really interesting about this Battle Pack set. I'm really excited for it, and I'm also planning to do a Battle Pack tournament in a couple of days. I believe the date was going to be the 10th. If you guys would like me to, I can bring my camcorder and my tripod and we can bring another one and try and record the duels. If you would like us to post up the duels from this tournament, tell us what duels you would like to see and when. If you would only like to see finals, or if you'd like to see the profiles of the decks we make, I'm not certain. You guys need to tell me in the comment section below. The next thing is, okay, so there's another deck that came out, the Dante's Inferno deck. This is an amazing deck. It's got a lot of synergy, a lot of really interesting combos and stuff. I will be making a video on that specific deck later. I just thought I'd let you know in this video that I plan on doing that. Another deck I plan to do a video on is Furnimals. They did only get 2 new cards revealed and 2 new cards confirmed, but these 2 new cards completely change the way that the deck is played. It is kind of taking what I was saying earlier about they were just missing something. I didn't know what they were missing. I couldn't really put my finger on it. These 2 cards say, this is what you're missing. And you can also mix this with other cards, and I'll explain all that in my video. And in that video, I will also at the end include a deck profile of the deck that I've currently been using online, which is working amazing and being able to just do some really crazy combos. Moving on to another topic. Our first episode of the Archetype Breakdown has been a success. Everybody seemed to like it, and it was a really good discussion. I'd like it in the comment section below if you guys would tell us either on this video or that video what decks you want us to do next. So far we have Boojins, and that is a good idea and we will like doing that, but I'd like to have more options, more people to tell us what we want to do, so we can have at least a list of things. So tell us in the comment section below what you would like us to do. Right now our list includes Boojin. Alright. It did go over very well. People seem to like what we did there, and we do spend a lot of time kind of researching all the cards, looking at the effects, looking at how the decks play itself, and I would really like it if you guys could tell us what you would like to see next. Speaking of that, our first one was on Ghost Tricks, and the card Ghost Trick Spoiled Angel was released. This card is an amazing card, and sadly we won't be getting it over in TCG because its set number was between the 80s and the 90s, which means we probably won't get it. The other thing though is this card provides a whole new thing to the deck. First of all, it adds you a searcher, which is really nice, so that way you don't have to focus around the Stein, which is already ridiculously hard to get off. And I know this because I was always having issues with them and I was only playing out a 1. But the second thing is this card has a win condition, and everyone else is saying the win condition is not the good part about it, it's just the searcher. But the deck right now does a whole lot of nothing. The more I play the deck, the more I realize that I am setting up a huge field of nothing. I can get so many searches, get so many things, and control my opponent to do nothing, but by the amount of time and all the stuff I've searched, I can't beat my opponent by stalling out. And I can try to use my little mill strategy, but a lot of times I only end up getting a good 15-20 cards milled before my opponent is able to beat through my wall. Now this little set is not affected by hands. Hands do not hurt you, you barely take any damage from these things, and you generally have the ways to stop it. But in the end, stopping all your opponent's stuff meant nothing until the addition of this card. This card is really huge in its butt, and you can constantly flip it down using your trap cards such as Ghost Trick Go Round and Ghost Trick Out to protect it, which are both cards that I was a little iffy with, and upon the announcement of this card, I am a lot more into it. Especially the fact that this card can search those cards, which is amazing. Overall, I think that these 2 things put together is just a new way to play the deck, and it kind of takes old strategies and old ideas that the deck has developed and lets you remove some of the weaker strategies or weaker points in it and create a great new strategy. In other just personal news, I finished Madolche's. I got all the cards for it. I have all 3 Angelis now, and I did get my wiretaps the other day, and so the whole entire deck is practically finished. I've been changing it a lot. I've been playing it a lot, and the only card I'm technically missing is Honor Arc, which I'm thinking about buying, so if anybody has one that they're willing to sell for like $35–40, go ahead and say in the comment section below. I mean, I don't like spending that much money on cards, but I mean, this card's kind of nice in my opinion, and I don't know about reprints and stuff, because who knows how the Megatins are going to work. I do really like my Madolche build. It's kind of cool, and I did finally take out the Yados as sort of a spoiler thing. I was playing with the Yados and it was working, but I just kept ending up in situations where I tried to use cards that would kind of nuke the whole field, and I would not be able to use the Yados again. And Yados is not a bad top deck and stuff. I just kept having issues where if I did lose an Yados or a play or a card in the future, I was unable to recover from it, especially since the new Hookate combo kind of banishes the Madolche target, and so you don't have other cards and you can't play hand traps in the deck, which I did finally revert back to playing. I hope you guys like that. I will do a deck profile as soon as my second wiretap comes in, and so be expecting that. In more deck building news, I did finish Gishki. I got that video and we're working on that series. The third video should be going up any minute now, and you should also be getting the deck profiles very soon. You saw an Ancient Gear one in that as well. That was really fun duel series, and it was funny because in the third duels we had to do so many duels for him to finally be able to show off his deck. His deck is a lot more of an OTK based deck, and against a slower deck it's very much more applicable or usable because it can summon really good monsters and your opponent has very little reactive traps being able to be used because of its effects. But in the end, facing another OTK sort of deck was very difficult, especially one like Gishki, who commands all these different ways to draw, go plus, and make their consistency amazing. Other decks I've almost finished is Noble Knights. I've been currently buying up all the cards. The only cards I'm really going to be missing after the end of the next week or so will be Madrats. Those are expensive, and I'm really hoping for those to be in the Megatins. They do have the special edition set, which is amazing. Just to talk about that really quick, first of all, it's got a card named Merlin. Merlin could be amazing, Merlin could be bad. I don't know. I'm really hoping that he will be a warrior. In my opinion, it probably won't. It will probably be some sort of spellcaster card, and it'll have a really good effect, but the fact that it's a spellcaster means you won't be able to search it. I'm hoping that it's a warrior, because being able to use Rhoda to search for this would be amazing. A card like this needs to be able to fit with the synergy of the rest of the deck, in my opinion, and even if its effects like add 2 Noble Arms and 3 Noble Knight monsters, I don't know. I would feel more comfortable if it was a warrior. I think that the deck's going to be really good. Right now it can do some really good combos, and people are super underestimating certain cards, like the Noble Knight Brothers. You can only go into Noble Knight XYZs the turn you use his effect, but a lot of times being able to throw 3 monsters onto the board like that, and then next turn being able to go into Evolve Chain and stuff to get your equips into play is really, really good. It comes in clutch, and you can use a heavy back row to protect these cards now. I think that the deck is offered into a new strategy that people are not really wanting to play because they're so used to the old strategy of Madrat into boars, into stuff. I'm not saying that's a dead strategy because I can do it myself all the time, but I believe that you really need to be able to be adaptable and be able to play in these new situations, and cards like Evolve Chain are just necessary in this deck. Evolve Chain did not get reprinted in Battle Pack. I'm sorry to let you all down. I was really hoping for that myself too, but you know, we'll see what happens with the reprint of that card. I'm expecting it sometime, I just have no idea when. Speaking of all the decks, I can just really quickly list off all the decks I currently play. I play Gishki, Gusto, Sylvan, Windups, Madolches, Prophecy, Noble Knight, Ghost Trick, and I'm working on Furnimals. They're just really awesome decks. All of them are fun. I play them all the time. Furnimals currently is one of my favorite ones to play just because it's super awesome, super fun, super silly, and it's just amazing. I'm making a video on that right after this one, so I'm going to try and upload it right away. Tell me what you think of that deck. What do you think of all this stuff in the comment section below? If there's certain videos you'd like to see me do, tell me in the comment section below. I know this video is a little bit longer, but there's just so much I need to say to cover for 2 weeks of being gone. So, as always, have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that crap. And, yeah.